Everybody. Oh, we got crazy hair today. We got crazy board today. Ooh, we got to fix this today. Oh my gosh. All right, we got this, you guys. We got this. Listen, all right, listen. I was just telling a really funny story to Jocelyn because you guys remember how tired I was. I don't have shitty hair in the back, do I? Michaela, can you see my extensions in the back? Because I gotta get them replaced. Hold up. Anyways, you guys, so last week, remember how tired I was? And I took notes last week because I was so tired, right? And like I've told you guys before, like I usually do take notes because I can go off on a tangent, and all of a sudden these trainings are like 3 hours long, right? They keep me on point, is what they do, because I got ADHD, okay? Like, we could be starting this about, like, business mindset, and all of a sudden we're into talking about tacos, all right? My notes keep me on track, all right? Anyways, so I was telling Jocelyn, all right? The problem with last week, you guys, like, if you actually go back and watch last week's training, you guys will notice that I actually leave the screen, the screen a little bit. Yeah, because I forgot to wear my glasses and I couldn't read my notes. Bending over. Oh my God, okay? Listen, I don't know what it is about Wealth Wednesdays. Maybe it is that I'm excited to be able to do these. But I was up at like 3 o'clock in the morning again, so we're still running on shitty sleep. But before we get this started, I'm going to open my window because last time I was cooking to death. My face got all hot. Hold on. All right, here we go. We're good now. Yeah, it got so freaking hot in here. Nobody knows my face was getting all red. Okay, so, right? All right, so last week, all right, we dubbed April New Beginnings, New Growth. I said I was going to push you guys, right? I was going to do this other training, and I was like, you know what? No. It was too easy. I'd be going too easy on you guys, right? And on top of that, y'all blew it up. You sure did. I got a boatload of messages last time. You know, a lot of you were resonating with, we did hustler mindset versus the business mindset, right? We're just not going to say entrepreneur does. See, I've just decided I can't say that word anymore. It's fallen out of my 42 years of my brain. So we're just going to say business mindset. All right. Okay. All right. We got that covered. But a lot of you guys blew up my phone, and you stated that you're like, girl, okay, I have been living and breathing, and my Bible has been the hustler mindset, right? I've been living that life. I am now a business mindset. And I was like, all right. So I thought to myself this morning, why not go deeper into the business mindset? Yeah? Hey, where you start moving your brand like a business. Yes? Why aren't we charging? Hold up. Oh, this thing better not be dead. Oh, we're dead. Dang it. Hold up. Technical difficulties. It's okay. We got this covered. You guys. Hold up. We are not charging. We are going to die if we don't plug ourselves in. Okay. So somebody blow up. Okay, while I'm plugging myself in here, you guys tell me what your biggest takeaway was from last week. I want to hear it while we're plugging ourselves in. I'm usually going to have to turn on my ring light. So I apologize. It's going to be really bright in my face. Hold up. You guys tell me while I'm doing this, because we got a psycho mess going on right now. Okay. We got this. Yeah. All right. Are we good? Is it charging? No, we do have to hold up. This is going to be super bright for a sec. No, you definitely can't see. Are you going to get super distracted by the light in my glasses? You might remember I was doing like that last time. Okay, that's okay. All right, what are we coming in with? That I was totally not in the right mindset and I need to pivot. Yeah, absolutely, right? Flipping your mindset, not getting in tech issues. I told you guys this before. You guys know when I say on the call, like I have the tech skills of a freaking goldfish, right? This is it right here, okay? All right. Okay. So now we're good to go, I think, all right? All right, so if you're here and you watched last week's training, it's the fact that it's off is driving me nuts. You made the decision, a lot of you guys messaged me, made the decision, said you're gonna stop playing small and start leading like a business owner, or that's what you said, okay, right? Let's call that phase one, okay? Phase one, we cracked open the foundation of everything, right? Identity, the way you speak, your energy, the way that you carry yourself, the version of you that you embody. You know, that training was the shift from dabbling to deciding, right? We can all agree on that. But what is identity without structure, right? What is identity like? That's just a vibe, guys. And I told you guys that we're gonna get real, right? I think we kind of covered that last week, right? You know what, and let's be honest about vibes. They don't pay bills, okay? Your vibes, love them, super fire, ain't gonna pay your bills. So tonight, we're gonna turn that decision that y'all had last week into momentum. All right. Phase two is where we're gonna get real. So let's freaking go. All right. So here's what we're gonna dive into tonight. All right. And why it matters. Big part. Chantel says, get out of my own way. Absolutely. Number one, what we're gonna dive into, the power of identity. Okay. You don't become a business owner after the results. That's a big one, okay? You create the results because you already decided who you are. We're doubling down on the inner game and the language that's going to build a profitable vibe. Okay. Number two, your schedules. Since you guys are now in the business mindset, your schedules are no longer a suggestion, right? Your business isn't on your calendar, and I'll double down on that one, okay? And if it's not a business, it's a hobby. A lot of you work this like a hobby. We're building the time discipline that fuels consistent income and produces an energy like a CEO. Okay. Number three, consistent content isn't the job, marketing is. These are the topics we're going to dive into tonight, okay? You guys don't need more posts, you need more purpose. That's a big one. So we're going to pull back the curtain on that strategy a bit. So you stop posting for the scroll and you start posting for sales. All right? What was number one? The power of identity, Michaela. I know we did tackle this one a little bit last week, but not fully. All right. I want to dive into a business mindset of tracking your business, analyzing, and adapting. Because that was a key piece I didn't cover last week. See, you guys, if you are a true business owner, you guys are the CEOs of your business, right? Write that in the comment. I am a CEO. I am a CEO, right? CEOs, they don't guess, they measure. We'll cover how to track what's actually working, how to read your own data, and how to make smart adjustments without spiraling. I did talk about that last week, didn't I? And lastly, one of the biggest ones, okay? Protecting your vision. Because let's be real, the hardest part of building a business is staying committed when no one claps, right? We're going to lock in the boundaries, belief, and the kind of unshakable clarity that keeps your game up when it gets quiet, okay? So lock in, guys. Michaela, get those notes out, and let's start moving your brand like a business. It's okay. Michaela, I got you, go. Your business will only grow to the level you're willing to embody. Okay, so let's get one thing clear. You cannot build a six-figure business while carrying the energy of someone who's just figuring it out. How many times have you guys said that? You don't wait until the money shows up to start treating your work like a business, you guys. The money only shows up because you already treat it like one. A lot of you guys are waiting for that moment, right? Oh, when I get to Jamie's level, I'll have that confidence. I'll have that clarity. I'll have that CEO boss energy. How many guys have said that? Okay, girl, if I only had your energy, if I only had that confidence, I would make money like her. Right? Right? See, that begins with your language. Language is leadership. The way you speak about your business is the way you lead it. You're not trying to build something. You are building a digital business that generates online income. You're not just getting started. You're in the early stages of scaling a brand. You're not hoping it works. You're committed to making it work. The way you speak holds power, right? I have to stop stopping myself. Yeah, okay. The way you speak holds power, you guys. Flip any casual, self-diminishing language on its head and replace it with conviction. Identity starts with your words. Speak like a CEO. No, you're not just a mom on Instagram. You are a brand. So start acting like one. Start acting like one. Ask yourself. Okay? Wait. What? Okay, hold up. What? Hold on, one sec. I keep using that one. Hold on. Oh, we lost it. Okay? Hey. What would Jamie do? Would Jamie post this? Okay? It was supposed to be CEO, but we're changing it. Okay? Oh, you can introvert that with Jeslyn, too, if you guys want. If you guys connect more with Jeslyn, what would Jeslyn do? Okay? You guys are going to start asking yourselves this. Is what you're going to start doing, okay? Would Jeslyn show up like this? Is this action aligned with where I'm going or who I used to be? Michaela, write that down. Is this action aligned with where I'm going or who I used to be? Okay? You need to stop creating content for fun. You're building income-generating assets. That begins by showing up like a business already exists. Stop outsourcing your confidence. Okay? What would Jamie do? No one is going to crown you. Okay? You get to decide that you're a business owner. You guys remember when I said that last week and I had you guys write that in there? I am a business owner. See, we started with the hustler side. I'm an LWA affiliate. We changed it to I'm a business owner, right? Yes. I am a CEO is what you guys wrote tonight. Those letters have power, don't they? You get to decide that you're a business owner, but you need to act like it daily. You don't need more proof. You don't need more validation. You don't need more followers or income milestones to embody that CEO energy. Well, we burped today on this call, right? Hell yeah, right, Chantel? See, most people wait to see success before they act successful. But it's backwards, you guys. You don't become the business owner after the results. You create the results because you've already embodied the identity. You wake up like it, you walk like one, you eat like one, you talk like one, you show up online like one. Everything. You live, you breathe, you eat, you sleep like a CEO. And when you look at that person in the mirror, that is exactly what's staring back at you. All right. And no, so Christine Morris, no, we're not faking it till we make it. Okay? I hate that terminology. Sorry to say that. But you guys are. You're business owners. You are the CEO of your business. Trust me, go do your taxes. The government sure sees you as one. They're going to tax you as one. So why don't you? You are the CEO of your business. How do you envision yourself? You want to make six figures? Okay, what did I make? 6 figures in another 6 months. Who here wants to make 6 figures in the next 6 months? How would a person who makes 6 figures in 6 months show up online? Yeah. How would they show up for their business? They're going to treat it like a hobby? Probably not. Probably not. When I entered into digital marketing in my last industry, I made $200 that month. $200. We had 34 cents left in our bank account. That doesn't really sound like the life of a CEO. But I sure as hell worked my business like one. I sure woke up like one. I worked it like one. And I did not stop. I didn't stop. No matter what life threw at me. And trust me, okay? Life throws some pretty shitty times at me. You don't see me showing up crying on them online. Right? You don't see me drinking beers, smoking reefer, right? Because I had a bad day. But a CEO do that? Absolutely not. I am the forefront of my business. I am the CEO, the CFO, I'm the manager, the supervisor, the worker. I am everything. I am the representation of it. So this means making decisions, creating content, and taking action from a place of belief, not from doubt. If you act like someone who's struggling, you will keep struggling. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. But if you act like a CEO of your brand, even without external proof, you'll build the kind of momentum that creates the proof. This is what sets the hustlers from the business mindset. Identity leads and results follow. So write out 2 statements for me or take notes and do this later. So you guys can go post this under the recording, okay? I think that's all done. I got a dry patch in my throat. The version of me who already runs a successful digital business would, okay? The version of me who already runs a successful digital business would, and then one thing I'm going to do this week to align with that version of me is, okay? Write out those 2 statements and complete them. I'm going to give you guys a couple of exercises tonight. The version of me who already runs a successful digital business would, and one thing I'm doing this week to align with that version of me is. Okay, number 2, that was identity. Let's talk about that schedule, you guys. Let's talk about that schedule, because I see this probably in a majority of people, okay? If your business isn't on your calendar, it's not a business, it's a hobby. I said that in the beginning. So you've all declared that you're business owners. You did it last week. Now you've all declared that you're CEOs. Now it's time to move like one. That means we stop treating business tasks like optional to-dos that we squeeze in when there's time. How many of you guys do that? Drop me a fire emoji if that's you. Instead, we treat them like non-negotiable appointments with our future. I've spoken about this multiple times. I talk about it in the workshop over and over and over again. The purpose of the workshop, yes, I literally say in there, I don't care if you're on your deathbed, okay? I don't care if you're vomiting in the gosh dang bucket, right? The core foundational skills inside the workshop are non-negotiable. You want to know, do you guys want to know how I not only identified the core foundational skills, do you guys want to know how I confirmed the core foundational skills? Okay? Like, I don't do anything lightly. Okay, I think we can all agree upon that, okay? Right? I don't do things half-assed. If I want to do something, I go full bore. You guys know that workshop ran through multiple beta groups, right? Like, I'm talking multiple beta groups that Krista's on. Krista's here. She's an OG. She was in the first beta group, okay? All right? Do you guys want to know how I confirmed that those were the 4 core foundational skills? So the workshop was sparked by a post that went in a community. And a girl had posted that she'd been in digital marketing for 2 days, and she was extremely discouraged because she hadn't made a paycheck. And I was like, oh, really, girl? I'm rolling in 7 years right now. But I'm just kidding. But I knew that what that post was going to do is going to bring a lot of negativity. Someone posted 8 weeks. I went back 8 weeks. Someone posted 10 weeks. I went back 10 weeks on their profile, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you guys might not know is, okay? I've been in the game for a while. So I know some people who've made some pretty substantial money. A lot of them are still my close friends. Okay? A lot of them are made millions online. Okay? I didn't just go to the people who were struggling. I went to the people who were making that bag. I asked them what their non-negotiables were. They knew exactly what they were. Boom, 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 boom. And pretty much every single one of them said the exact same thing. Maybe a little different version of wording of it, but the actual skill was exactly the same. You guys. Non-negotiable, okay? Means you do them no matter what. Means you do them or you don't go to bed. If you can't do them, you're getting up 2 hours earlier. Right? Non-negotiable. Instead, guys, most people treat non-negotiable appointments most people treat non-negotiables like appointments with our future. I'll do it tomorrow. I just had such a hard day. Oh my gosh. I've had such a hard day. I just need to rest. I need to put on that Netflix show. Oh, my kids were XYZ. They were just terrible today. I need a day. Okay? A CEO doesn't do that. A CEO does not do that. You guys, discipline equals freedom. Motivation is nothing. Discipline is everything. You will not be motivated to do this business every day. Actually, you will have more days that you're not motivated. If you rely solely on motivation, you may as well just go pack your digital bags right now and go hike and take a hike at a mighty. Discipline is the key to all of this. And I can't be more crystal clear on what I say about this. I can't tell you how many times I've stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning to get things done. I had to be up at 6 to get my kids up for school. Non-negotiable. I know it doesn't sound pretty. I know it doesn't. But the more structure you create, the more freedom you unlock. You truly do. When you're scattered, you're reactive. You're not running a business, you're surviving. But when you carve out and honor intentional work blocks, you will scale faster. Lead with clarity and avoid burnout is what you'll do. CEOs don't wing it, you guys. You wouldn't catch a CEO forgetting to check in on that launch or that post, or going a full week without posting to their stories or posting to their wall or doing their follow-ups or sending those DMs or if the engagement, like everything that's in the workshop, you would not see them do that. So why do we keep giving our own businesses the scraps of our time? You want a 6-figure income, you want a 7-figure income, but yet you're over here giving it the scraps of your time. The shift is simple. You don't find time. We all got the same 24 hours, my friends. I have seen people who work 2 full-time jobs and still be successful at this. Okay? You don't find time, you make it. You treat your business hours like they matter. Because they do. Inconsistent time creates inconsistent income. If you're not making a paycheck, I would go check your schedule. Where's your business written in? And then you're going to come on here and be like, oh, dang, I haven't made any money. Tell me how consistent you are. Because I will guarantee you, because I can find what's wrong in your business in under 5 minutes. Because I find it in the four corners of success, those core foundational skills. I can find it. I'm notorious for finding it in under 5 minutes. I'm doing everything you say. Oh, really? Show me this. Okay? Decide your hours. Set them like you would a doctor's appointment. Okay? Or one of your kids' sporting events. And honor that time, you guys. Your business deserves it. So ask yourselves, when is my official business time this week? When am I committing to be doing, what am I going to be committing to be doing during that time? Work with intention is what that means. And if you've been here for more than 30 days, you should be through that workshop. And you should know exactly what working intention means. Okay? Would I cancel on myself if I had a boss expecting me to show up? What would happen, you guys? I would ask yourselves, if you were an employee and if you were the employee of your business and you showed up for it, would you fire yourself? Yeah, that's a big question to ask yourself. Your time is your power source. If you don't protect it, your business cannot grow. Number 3, okay, content. I forgot to write down, identity. I forgot to write down oh, the orange is nice. Hey? Content, I need new pens. Does that look okay? I know the ring light's there, so I can't charge my phone without my ring light on. Isn't the job. Marketing is. All right. If you're showing up but not making sales, like James, girl, I show up. I put in the time. Every single day. I dedicate minimum 2 hours a day. Then you don't have a content problem, you have a strategy problem, okay? Showing up every day, posting stories, creating TikToks and Reels, awesome, cute. But if your content isn't built with intent, you're just feeding the scroll. You guys, you're just feeding the scroll. My thing keeps going downwards. That's why I also keep adjusting it. Because have you ever been on my live on TikToks? It just goes, I keep on having to pull you guys up. Content is the vehicle, but marketing is the driver. You're just not here to post. You're here to sell. I say that all the time to people, okay? All the time to people, especially when you start engaging with people. And and then a lot of times like, James, but there's something wrong with, I'm not making any sales. And then I say, okay, show me your conversations you're having with people, right? And I go in there, but I'm conversation with them 2-3 months. There's a purpose of you being in there. Quit pussyfooting around it. You like the person, should kill it at the business. Why are you holding back, right? Your content is exactly the same. Your content needs to attract the right people too. Build trust and convert trust into action. You guys have heard me say that a lot. Trust, security, and safety. If it's not doing all three of these things, it's just noise. 20% of what you're doing is going to be about 80% of your income. The 80-20 rule. And noise doesn't pay the bills. Vibe don't pay the bills, and that noise ain't going to pay the bills. Too many of you guys just focus on noise. Just absolute noise, where it literally stops you in your tracks. Okay? Well, I'm gonna be real, okay? Especially if you're brand new. I'm sorry if you're brand new, okay? I'm a nice person, I swear to God. I told everybody on here I was gonna drive them over the edge this month, okay? Right? So if you guys are new, I love you guys, okay? Okay. But you're gonna be shitty. You're gonna be awful. Oh, you're gonna be terrible when you show up online. When you post, it's not gonna compare to people who've been here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus 8 years, right? It's not gonna compare. Okay. Well, you look new. Yep. Will you be able to tell that you're new? Absolutely. Oh, Shauna, I'm sorry. I love you. Too many of you guys let that stop you. Too many of you guys don't understand that you need to do the things to learn the mistakes. You think your post is shitty? Post it. You don't think it tells, it's not going to be as good as that person? Post it. You don't think you look that great? Post it. You think that, you chose the wrong audio, or maybe you should put it in the back burner? Post it. When in doubt, post it. You'll never learn unless you post it. When in doubt, post. You're better to post than not to post. You're better to fall than not make the mistakes and never be able to learn from it. Oh my God, have you guys seen my posts back in 2017? I was like the emoji queen, okay? Like, this is my words I had, okay? That was my words. And then this is how many emojis I had all over it. It was, and the image that I used, straight up screenshot from Google. The spammiest thing you've ever seen in your life. But you know what? Okay? Okay? Did I make money right away? You know what? And I want you guys to realize that. I wasn't a come out of the gates kind of gal. Hope you guys realize that, right? I didn't come out of the gates making 20K when I first started showing up online. $44 for my first 90 days, y'all. Okay? All right? But emoji queen, okay? Terrible video. Oh, like, I said this last time. I maybe at the end of April will show you some of my original videos, if you're lucky, okay? Right? All right? I love my emojis. No, I'm telling you, Danina, not as bad. Like, you guys use them like in a story context. I'm talking, there was probably 201 posts, okay? 11,523. That was my paycheck on my 11th month, and that's how. And I did it awful. I did it shitty. I did it with terrible live videos. I talked with a lisp and everything. It was freaking weird, and this high pitched voice. Okay, I did it, and I was posting like 11 times a day. Talk about spam. Okay. Okay. I still hit that on my 11th month. Shitty, new, no clue what I was doing. I did it, and I fell about 5,000 times while I climbed this ladder. Because when in doubt, I posted it. Was I scared? Still posted it. Did I get, you know what? We'll get that to the very end. Actually, I'm going to tell that story at the very end. Okay? The people rip me apart 1,000%. Okay? When in doubt, post it. Your content needs to attract the right people. Okay? Build trust and convert that trust into action. If it's not doing these things, it's just noise, right? We just covered that. First, your content should attract. That means making your audience stop scrolling because they feel seen, or what I like to do, and called out in the best way. Whether it's a bold opinion, relatable story, pain point, that's your magnetic pull, okay? Your content should attract. Number two, next, it should educate. Post the value, right? This is where we're going a little depth into it. Give your audience quick wins, clarify myths, positions, whatever it is. You just need to separate yourself like someone knows what they're doing. You need to be a pillar in the niche that you chose, okay? You need to be a pillar in that niche. You need to give them something. Quit being a floater. Guys, in the workshop, I've shown you guys how to find unlimited posts in your niche. But lastly, it should convert. This is where you give confident call to actions. Break down your offer, show proof, and invite them to the next step. Most people post content but never ask for the sale. And that's why they stay invisible. Consistency without strategy is just a fast track to burnout. It truly is. And don't confuse effort with effectiveness. Every piece of content needs a purpose. And remember, you're not here to entertain. You're here to lead. How would a CEO act? Wait. What would Jamie do? That should be our new hashtag. That means you're talking about your offers often. You guys, I literally say, you guys, I said this to someone the other day. Okay, I think I said it to the international group. This is what I said to them. I said, you guys need to talk about this business to the point that you annoy yourself. And then when you begin to annoy yourself, talk about it more. Double down. That's how often you need to talk about this till you annoy yourself. I know, right? So I want you guys to go audit after you hop off this. Your last 5 pieces of content. Did they attract? Did they educate? Or did they convert? Was there a clear CTA? And did you sound like a CEO or like someone hoping to be picked? My thing's falling down again. Hold on a sec. Content is how you show up, but marketing is how you get paid. You guys, learn the difference, but master both of them. Number 4. Okay? Ooh, let's clean her up a bit. What would Jamie do? Number 4. Hell yeah, you are, Sarah. Track. Oh, where's my orange one? I like that orange one. Track. Oh, analyze. Adapt. That's the piece I forgot last week. Okay? Track, analyze, adapt. CEO doesn't guess. They measure. If you're building a business but never looking at what's actually working, you're not leading, you're just hoping. Throw that spaghetti against the wall, hoping something sticks. Yeah? Right? You can't scale what you're not attracting. You can't scale what you're not tracking. And you definitely can't improve what you're ignoring. You can't scale what you're not tracking, and you definitely can't improve what you're ignoring. It's time to stop creating in a vacuum. You're not here to post and pray. Okay? If you post and just are sitting there waiting for that virality of it, you guys, You need to test, track, tweak, and win. Test, track, tweak, and win. Start thinking like a marketer. What posts perform best for you? What CTAs get replies? What specific videos? Are you writing them down? Okay. What stories got the most DMs? Your content is telling you what's working, but you're not listening. Okay. Engagement is a metric, not validation. Views and likes are cute. I like using that word tonight. But they're just not the full picture. Track the actions that actually lead to income. DMs, story replies, link clicks, opt-ins, sale page visits. Truly tracking and analyzing. Data doesn't lie, but emotions do. One low-performing post doesn't mean your business is broken. And then you have to sit there and be like, oh, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. We kind of talked about that one in the beginning, didn't we? Some of your most quiet posts are quietly converting. You need to start focusing on those. Okay? One quiet week doesn't mean your brand is failing, you guys. None of my content is working then, she says. You're not listening, is what you're looking at the whole picture, is what you're doing. None of my content is working. Dang it. Okay? A CEO does not speak like that. A CEO will dive in. I said it last week. They're probably so small that you guys don't even see it, but you're not listening to it. You are too busy being caught up in the emotion of validation. Okay? One quiet week doesn't mean your brand is failing. So don't let your feelings sabotage your momentum. Check your data. What worked? What flopped? If something is flopping, that's another thing. Are you still doing it? Or are you changing gears? Trying new formats? Maybe do voiceovers. Maybe try some carousels. Or are you still showing up and do the same dang thing every day? That's literally the definition of insanity. What worked, what flopped, and what do I need to shift? Atta girl, Sarah. CEOs don't disappear when things slow down. They adapt. Adapt. So again, when you get off this call, go back to your last 5 days of content. Which post had the most engaged viewers? You're going to have posts that have more. They're not all sitting right at the same freaking level, right? What CTA got some action? Even if it's one freaking comment, right? What are you going to test this week and how will you track it? Running a business without tracking is like driving it blindfolded. Okay? You might move, but not in the direction that actually matters. Number 5. Last one. So I was looking at the time. I try to make these like 30 minutes, you guys. I do. It is what it is, okay? Jasmine's always like, you can make your training shorter. She actually doesn't say that. But like when we first started this, she's like, oh, the training should be 30 minutes. I was like, oh yeah, okay. Okay. All right. Protect your vision. My S is just super off today. It looks like a freaking C, doesn't it? Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Not everybody's going to understand your dream. And that's okay. It's not their job. It's yours. Guys. So let's be real. Let's end this real. The hardest part of building a business isn't strategy. It's not low views. It's not that that stranger who inboxed you asking if you want to paint your picture for $10,000. I'm just kidding. We all know we're getting them on TikTok. Okay. It's staying committed when nobody's clapping for you. It's tough. When I first started in this industry, I was so excited. I didn't tell my husband. I just remember folding laundry one day in my laundry room, wearing all the hats of a mom, folding laundry. Slade was crawling up my leg. He's like 6 months old at the time. Had to go get Colton Case from school, thinking, why were we going to make dinner? And my husband had gotten the call that he was going to have to go away at work again. My husband used to have to be gone for months at a time. And I remember thinking like I had had enough. For the next couple months, I sat up online. I looked at trying to finish my degree through like online schooling. 3 kids. My husband not even there. I even tried knitting. I'm not even shitting you, okay? I picked up knitting. I can knit you a badass, one of those, what do you call those, circular scarves? I'm not even kidding, okay? I even looked into doing an accounting course so I could like be like a bookkeeper or something. Imagine me sitting in an office all day. Anyways, October rolls around, and I was up late again. My husband, it was the latest time that he'd ever been back from working away because of fire season. It was like Thanksgiving. It was the latest time that they'd ever like had to go back to work, and my husband was gone since like I think like June. And like when he would go work away, he goes like he has to go way up north to get away from fire season, right? So he can't really make it home to come for visits or anything. Anyways, I was up late that night, and that's when I came across a post. I came across a post of a girl I used to go to high school with. Not my orange marker. Okay, came across a post. Kind of got sad there for a second. And it was a girl I went to high school with. We weren't even friends. I don't even know how I came across her post. But she was in Hawaii with her husband and her little girl, cutest little girl you've ever seen in your life. And she was living the life that I wanted. I want to take my kids to Hawaii. Me and my family had never been on a family vacation up to that point. And she was like making this money. I had never heard of network marketing at that point. I didn't even post online before I started this. I posted my kids and these like really weird third person updates. Like, you know how my Facebook status would be like, it'd say Jamie Skistad, and I would say, is tired today. That was not even kidding, okay? So like I didn't know social media. I never heard of network marketing. And so I jumped in. I messaged that girl, and I jumped in before she even could. By the time that link hit my inbox, I signed up, and I didn't tell my husband. And the very next day, I made a post online, and my sister-in-law took it upon herself to write a award-winning novel underneath my post, calling me basically the biggest idiot on the planet. I have never been so embarrassed in my entire life. I was so self-conscious. I just had a baby 6 months prior. I didn't want to, I hated to place my first post was a post with Slade with Snapchat filters. We all know if you post pictures with Snapchat filters, there's a reason why. I was super self-conscious. And I hated the way that I looked. Honestly, I hated everything about myself. If I'm being totally honest with you guys. I was disappointed at myself that I never finished school. I was just disappointed in who I was. And I took this as a way to maybe do something with my life. So to say that she broke my heart into pieces was the understatement of a century. And then she proceeded to call my husband on his way home from work. Remember, he had just gotten back from fire season. Okay. And so my husband goes away for fire season. Like he doesn't usually make the money that he usually does. So, and then he has that time where he has to actually find the job. So like usually by Thanksgiving, October, like we were always like, we were scraping by, right? So she proceeded to call my husband and tell him that I signed up for the biggest scam on the planet. She always hates. By the way, this sister-in-law cried at my wedding because she didn't want me marrying her brother. So you can kind of see what type of person she is. Anyways, so proceeded to tell my husband that I signed up for the biggest scam in the world. This company was going to bleed us dry. So my husband got home, obviously livid that I would even think of doing something like this. And my husband doesn't even have social media, so he doesn't understand any of this, right? He's just thinking I'm giving money away to a company. And I had spent the next 11 months with my husband not believing in me, my sister-in-law, to the point I had to block her on everything that I did. But I had two choices. I could have rolled over and let them decide my future, or I could get up and prove them wrong. And I got up that day with nobody clapping for me, and I proved them the F wrong, is what I did. And on top of that, I've had her ask how I make money online. So, you guys, the hardest thing about building a business isn't strategy, isn't commitment, is when nobody claps for you. When your friends watch, but they don't support you. When the doubt shows up faster than money. That's why protecting your vision is the number one non-negotiable that you must have. Stop looking for permission. Your dream doesn't need to make sense to anybody but you. You are allowed to want more, and you are allowed to have more. Don't shrink yourself to make other people comfortable. And you know what? Show up and make them more uncomfortable. Because you ain't showing up for them. You're showing up for yourself. Your future doesn't belong to their expectations. Don't let small minds of people who you would never trade bank accounts with in the first place talk you out of your big CEO moves. Set boundaries like a boss. If you ran a traditional business, no one would question your time or effort. So why do you accept that in the online space? Don't you think that's pretty funny? Like it's okay to invest $500,000 in a restaurant with a 90% failure rate. But you spend a few $100 to try to build a digital business, to try to grow your family, and everybody comes down on you. Isn't that stuff crazy? So stop explaining yourself to people who've never done what you're doing. And they're not going to take the effort to find out. Stop taking advice from people you would never switch lives with. Protect your energy like it's your job, because it is. It is your number one job. Your number one non-negotiable. Stay rooted in your why, not in your wins. Results will come and go, but your reasons stay. Your kids, your freedom, your peace, your identity, everything we spoke about. When the doubt creeps in, come back to your vision. Speak it out loud. Write it down. Live it like it's already real. Because that's what CEOs do. Because I promise you, eventually it will be. You don't build a business by accident. You build it by deciding who you are, committing to your habits, and refusing to fold when it gets hard. You have the tools. You're building them. You've got the path. Now show up like the woman or man who's already living the outcome. Move like the brand you're building. Think like the CEO. Protect your vision. And for the love of everything holy and every fiber of my being, run your damn business like a king or queen. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Damn it, I can never sleep after these trains. I love you guys. I will, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And yeah, we'll be on the masterclass tomorrow. You guys, I wrote that all up today. I'm so excited. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Bye.